Hey guys, so I certainly hope the audio has fixed itself. Welcome to episode 12. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to continue this whole thing. You know I love me a good streak, but it's the 25th, which is an auspicious day, and I have weird superstitions about the number 13, so we will see. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about how Nietzsche helped me get over this whole eating disorder thing, and how you can apply that too, and how that also applies to life overall. So basically Nietzsche's whole thing is that we need to do a reevaluation of values and how our current morality system based on like Judeo-Christian values is kind of ultimately life-denying, and we need to find like life-affirming morality. Okay, this is a total like oversimplification. Nietzsche is much more eloquent and elaborate, and there's a lot that goes into it. But basically, we need to rethink what we think of as good and bad, and these aren't objective categories, but we've just sort of assumed a set of good and bad that really actually don't align well with what is actually good for us. If you think about us as like biological beings, and that by glorifying this sort of afterlife, we're actually suppressing the ability to live thoroughly. And this really kind of lines up well with the whole concept of eating disorders and this whole idea of, you know, putting in work for like that delayed gratification. It really plays into that well as the sort of life-denying. I mean, I don't really need to elaborate there. It's sort of what Nietzsche calls like a sickness morality of sickness, whereas we should pursue morality that is in line with strength, wellness, power, which really is more empowerment, self-empowerment. And in having to reevaluate the ideals of society, like being fit, being athletic, being thin, being strong, being muscular, being healthy, I also took a hard look at a lot of my other values, like the ones that caused me to pursue a career in physics. And I realized that just like my whole eating disorder and gym obsession, a lot of my career aspirations were also kind of vain. It was ultimately about what society valued and becoming this pinnacle of like this ideal man, rather than thinking about what I truly believe is valuable, which is ultimately, I love animals, I love horses, so there you go. Anyway, last little bit to say is I should definitely go out on a limb this weekend and challenge more foods. I've been just so slammed with work that that's really taken up a lot of my attention, and also starting to write again. Anyway, I also want to do more like long form content and have more specific, not necessarily chats like this, but deliver actual quality in terms of content and messaging, talk about my journey more, some tips for other people to get to at least the stage I am now, which is overcome a lot, but still ways left to go, so in recovery. Maybe this is the last episode, maybe I'll just upload them more intermittently from now on. My schedule calls, so take care.